Hi, welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's practice. My name is Emilie and I'm going to be guiding you through a Vinyasa flow today. So if you're ready to flow, you can go on your mat, maybe grab some blocks if you're used to practicing with them, but they are not necessary. Yeah, whatever you're used to and most comfortable doing, and we'll get started. So we're going to be starting seated today. It can be a cross-legged seat or Japanese style seat, whatever you're used to or whatever you prefer. There's no right or wrong. Maybe you even want to sit on a block. And then once you are comfortable, just take a moment to close your eyes. And bring your attention inward, start to notice your posture. So noticing if you are slouching or if you're growing tall. And then starting to try to grow a little bit taller, imagining someone's pulling a string from the crown of your head up towards the sky. So reaching up to the crown of the head and then making sure that you keep your shoulders relaxed and away from the ears, almost slightly squeezing the shoulder blades together to make space for your chest. And then relaxing the arms, relaxing the hands, relaxing the hips as much as you can. Engaging the lower belly just to keep you upright. And then starting to connect to your breath and to your lower belly. So breathing using the diaphragm. As you breathe in, expanding the lower belly like a balloon. And as you breathe out, squeezing the navel back towards the spine. So we'll just start like that, breathing in, lower belly. Breathing out, squeeze the navel back towards the spine. And you can even use your hands on your stomach to help you guide that movement a little bit more. So breathing in, expanding lower belly like a balloon. And breathing out, squeezing the navel in. Let's do two more, just the lower belly. And now we're going to breathe in only into the upper body, the chest. So imagine you're trying to press your ribs out to the sides. So you can even place your hands here on the sides of your rib cage. And when you breathe in, try to push your ribs into your hands, so expanding them outwards. And then exhale, try to squeeze the ribs together. It's not that easy to do, it takes a little bit of practice, but using the hands definitely helps. Let's just do four more. And we're just building awareness on the different parts of the upper body and the different ways that we can breathe. All right, and then moving on, we'll breathe into the upper chest only. So keep in mind when we're moving, we're not actually separating these parts. Usually we're using them all together, but we'll do that right after. So when you breathe in, imagine you're trying to lift your chest. So if you place your hand on the top of your chest, you're trying to lift it up. And exhale, lower. Good, and let's do 5 like that. And then finally, we're going to combine all 3 parts. So take a deep breath in and out to prepare. And then we'll start breathing in into the lower belly. So breathe in, expand, lower belly out. When it's full, breathe in more into the rib cage. When it's full, breathe in more into the upper chest. And then exhale out of the upper chest. Rib cage, lower belly. So trying to create that wave-like motion. All right, so breathing in, lower belly, expanding into the rib cage, lifting the upper chest. Exhale out, squeezing the air out. Good. And we'll do a few like that. So don't worry if you don't get it right in the beginning, just try your best to focus. It also helps to restrict the back of your throat, engaging ujjayi breath so that you can really hear your breath and stay focused on it easier. And you're more than welcome to keep your hands on your body to help you with that movement. And let's keep the eyes closed. We're going to take a few cycles of breath like this. Using this time to center your focus, to maybe think of an intention that you want to set for the practice, and to become more and more present and self-aware. Let's take 5 more breaths here. Slowly, you can blink your eyes open. Keep breathing deeply. Try to maintain that self-awareness to your breath throughout the whole practice. And we're going to just shift on our knees. So you can tuck the toes and just sit on your heels like this. Let's reach the arms above the head. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the heart space. And let's go ahead and bring the right ear down to the right shoulder. And just start to circle your neck. You can release your hands down on your lap if you want. And we'll start with half circles, so without lifting the chin up towards the sky. Breathing in as you lift your chin, and then breathing out as you bring it towards your chest. And slowly, let's come back through center. Now the hands can stay on the knees. We're just going to untuck the toes and move through a few rounds of cat and cow, but seated. So breathing in, pulling the chest through, squeezing the shoulder blades together, gazing up. Exhale, leaning back, rounding your spine, chin into chest. Inhaling to open. Exhaling to round. And 3 more. Moving with your breath. And trying to move one vertebra at a time. So as you open, the head is the last thing to lift. And then as you round, first tucking the chin into your chest and then rounding one vertebra at a time. And on your next inhale, let's come back through center. Once again, we'll tuck the toes underneath the heels. This time, let's reach the arms out to the sides or wherever you need them for balance. Let's try to lean back, lift the knees, and then bring the heels down as close as you can to the mat. Now, if you need to get blocks for this, go for it. You can pause the video and then come back. All right, so moving from one to the other as smoothly as possible, bringing the heels down, and then leaning back, bringing the knees down, and using your upper body to counter your weight. Let's do one more here. And then let's bring the knees down, untuck the toes, and then from here, you can either just stay there to release the fronts of the feet, or maybe press into the mat, lift your knees off the mat. Just lift them as far as you feel comfortable until you feel a stretch, so that might look much different. Maybe you need to lift them much less to feel something, or much higher. And if you want to play around, you can play around with your balance, maybe bringing your hands to the heart space. Just be very careful here, only do what you're comfortable with. And then slowly we will release the knees down on the mat, plant the hands, come into downward facing dog. And you can walk it out, pedaling out the feet, shaking out the head. And we'll find stillness in our downward facing dog. And then let's move into a few rounds of rolling dog. So as you breathe out, come high up onto your toes and let's round forward into a high plank. And then as you breathe in, let's bend the knees, open up the chest, pull the hips back and up. 5 like that. So exhale, rippling forward, rounding the spine, high plank. Inhale, bending the knees, opening up the heart, pulling back and up. 3 more at your own pace. On your next exhale, let's come back to high plank. Now let's move into side plank on the right hand, but the left foot stays in front of the right. Reach your left arm up. As you breathe out, thread the needle. See if you can square your hips to the ground, so coming onto the toes. Inhale to reach up. Exhale, thread the needle. Inhale, open. Exhale, thread. Inhale, open. Now let's step the left foot behind the right. Wild thing, opening up the heart. On your next exhale, let's look towards the top of the mat. Bring your left hand down, bring your left knee to your chest. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out, ripple forward, high plank. Let's bring both heels to the left. Right foot is in front of the left foot. Right arm reaches up, side plank. Exhale, thread the needle. Try to square the hips. Inhale, open. Exhale, thread. Inhale, open. Exhale, thread. Inhale, open. Let's step the right foot behind the left leg, wild thing. And then on your exhale, the right hand comes down on the mat, right knee to nose. 3-legged dog, inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come high up onto the toes. Exhale, bend the knees, step or jump. Top of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. High mountain, rise up. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plant the hands, step or jump back. Chaturanga. Breathe in, breathe out. 2 more like that. Inhale, come high up onto the toes. Bend the knees, look forward, step or float, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. High mountain, rise. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plant the hands, step or jump back. Chaturanga. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, come high up onto the toes. Exhale, bend the knees, step or jump. Halfway lift. Exhale to fold. High mountain, rise up. Now let's stop here. Exhale, interlace your hands at your lower back. Breathe in, open up the heart. Exhale, fold forward with the bind. And hold for 3. And on your next exhale, let's release and just interlace your hands in front of you. Maybe roll out the wrists. And then from here, we're going to bring the hands down on the mat for crow pose. So coming high up onto your toes, bringing the knees somewhere either right over the elbows or higher up. And looking at a point in front of you, slowly, maybe lifting the feet off the mat. And hold. Keep lifting your energy up, squeezing navel back towards the spine. And then let's see if we can just drop the right foot and then step your left foot all the way back. Inhale, crescent lunge, rise up. Exhale, vertical twist to the right. The right hand holds the back of the left leg, left arm reaches up high. And then as you breathe out, warrior two. Inhale, reverse triangle, straighten your right leg. And then as you breathe out, let's bring both hands parallel to the floor. Reach through the right fingertips, and then right hand can come down on the right shin or on the floor, or a block. Left arm reaches up. Trikonasana. Now on your next inhale, let's reach the right arm towards the top of the mat. And hold for 3. Next inhale, star pose, rise up. Exhale to squat. Inhale, star pose. Now exhale, turn your toes and heels out, fold forward, prasarita. Inhale, halfway lift. Left hand stays on the mat, underneath your left shoulder. So on the mat, I mean on the floor. It can be off the mat. Let's turn the right foot so that the toes point towards the top of the mat. And then we're going to bend the right knee slightly so that you can lift your left foot off the floor. And then kick it through the space between your left hand and right foot. Coming into a seat and then coming into boat. Exhale, low boat. Inhale, high boat for 3, 2, 1. Let's start to rock back. Plant the hands, step or jump back, chaturanga. And we'll do that on the left side. Inhale, left leg. Inhale, come high up onto your toes. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward, step or jump. Halfway lift. Exhale to fold. High mountain rise. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Let's plant the hands once again. Come high up onto your toes. Find crow pose. And hold for 3, 2, and 1. The left foot steps down on the mat. Step your right foot way back. Inhale, crescent lunge, 1 breath in each shape. Exhale, vertical twist to the left. Right arm reaches forward, left arm reaches back. Inhale and exhale, warrior two. Reverse your triangle. And then let's bring both arms parallel to the floor. Inhale, reach through the left fingertips, trikonasana. On your next inhale, left arm reaches towards the top of the mat for 3, 2, and 1. Using your core, come up, star pose. Exhale to squat. Inhale, star, straighten your legs. Exhale, turn the toes in, heels out. Hinge at the hips, fold forward, prasarita. Halfway lift, inhale. Now bring your right hand directly underneath your right shoulder. Left toes point towards the top of the mat. See if you can lift your right foot. Come to a seat, boat pose. Exhale, low boat for 3, 2, 1. Rock back. Cross the shins, plant the hands, step or jump back, chaturanga. On your next inhale, let's come high up onto the toes. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward, step or float the feet to the outsides of the hands. All right, now let's bring the feet pretty much parallel to each other. We're going to send the hips back, hollow the lower belly, and reach the crown of the head forward so your upper body is parallel to the floor. And then let's reach the arms alongside the ears and hold for 5. For 2 and 1, and then stay there with your legs. Just lift your chest as much as you can for 5, 4, slight tuck of the tailbone, 3, 2, and 1. Hands come to the heart space. Let's come into Malasana Yogi Squat. Now from here, the right hand will come on the mat behind you, and then as you breathe in, just press into your feet, lift the hips. Think of Wild Thing, but both legs are bent. And then slowly, let's come back through Malasana. Now left hand comes behind you, press into the feet. You can lift your hips this high if you want, or really go for the back bend, whatever you feel ready for. When you come back through Malasana, again, it's using your upper body weight to compensate for the position in your feet. Okay, and then if you get more comfortable, you can start to move one breath, one movement. Breathing in as you open, exhale as you come through Malasana. And the legs will start to burn. Let's go, a few more. Good, one more on each side. If you started with the right hand on the floor, make sure you end with the left hand. And then let's come back to Malasana. Hands come down on the floor. Let's come into our crow pose. Placing the knees over the elbows. Good, and then once again, let's drop that right foot, step the left leg back. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, revolved crescent lunge. Inhale and exhale, warrior 2. Reverse your triangle. And this time, let's come into half moon. So cartwheeling the hands down. Right hand finds the floor, left arm reaches up. Now slow motion, let's step into our squat. Inhale, star. Turn your toes in, heels out. Exhale, Prasarita, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Left hand stays underneath the left shoulder. Kick your left leg through. Come into boat, low boat, exhale. Inhale, high boat. Exhale, low boat. For 2 and 1. Let's rock back. Step or jump back, chaturanga. All the way back to downward facing dog. And then last time on the left side, let's come high up onto the toes. Exhale, bend the knees, step or jump to the top of the mat. Crow pose. And you can skip the crow pose, of course. We're just stepping the left foot between the hands, right foot to the back of the mat. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale and exhale, warrior 2, just moving with your breath. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, using the momentum of your upper body, half moon. So yoga is a lot about using the whole body to make a movement. It's never really an isolated movement. It's always using the whole entire body to work together. Now slow motion. Really try to slow it down as much as you can. Let's come into our squat. Inhale, straighten the legs, star pose. Exhale, turn the toes and heels out, fold forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Right hand stays underneath the right shoulder. Let's kick the right leg through to the top of the mat. Boat pose for low boat for 3, 2, and 1. Rock back and forth. Cross the shins, plant the hands. Step or jump back. Chaturanga. Now let's walk the feet all the way up to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Let's come up, high mountain. Exhale, hands to the heart space. Now we're going to come high up onto the toes. Make sure you have a little bit of space in front of you for your knees. So you don't want to be at the very, very top of your mat. Maybe grab a pillow if you're not comfortable with having weight on your knees. We're going to come high up onto the toes and then slowly lower down, hips to heels. And then we'll just plant the knees in front of us and then lift the hips off the heels. Good, so kind of what we did in the very beginning. And now here, both hands can come at the lower back for camel pose. Make sure that you're squeezing your glutes, pressing the hips forward, lifting the chest. Now you can stay here. If you're super comfortable in camel pose and you want to take it to the next level or to something that you might have seen on Instagram, then you could reach the arms behind you and come into a full wheel. So it would look something like that, but making sure that you're really engaging your legs. So you really don't want to feel that in the lower back. You have to make sure that you're engaging your glutes. So it requires really strong back muscles, strong core. If you're unsure, maybe practice having someone holding you or with loads of pillows behind you or bolsters just to make sure that you're not gonna fall back. But yeah, that's an option, but camel pose is the best thing to do to practice for that as well as your wheels and everything. All right, when you're ready, we'll slowly come out safely using the hands as support. And then you can untuck your toes, cross your shins behind you, and slowly come onto a seat. And we're just going to take a twist, which is really beneficial to do after any kind of back bend. So you don't want to go in the opposite bend right away, but a twist is really great. Let's straighten the right leg, bend the left knee, and cross the left foot over the right. Left hand comes behind you. Inhale, right arm reaches up, and then exhale, twist to the left. And make sure that the twist is not just coming from your right elbow here. The arm is there for support, but it is not the driving force of this shape. The driving force is your core, your lower belly. So as you breathe in, you're lengthening the spine, opening up the heart. As you breathe out, you're really squeezing the navel back towards the spine to twist deeper. And if you let go of your hands, you should stay in that same position. Okay, so making sure that you're not just yanking yourself there with your arms. And on your next inhale, let's unwind. Exhale, counter bow to the right. And then let's switch. Right hand comes behind you, right leg is bent over the left knee. Inhale, left arm reaches up. Exhale, squeeze navel in, twist to the right. On your next inhale, let's unwind. Exhale, counter bow to the left. Let's release the legs, and we'll slowly come all the way down to the floor, one vertebra at a time. When your head touches the floor, let's lift the legs using core control, and then slowly bring the feet behind the head, plow pose. Squeezing navel in, lifting hips away from the face. 5 breaths here. And then using core control, slowly come back down. Let's bend the knees, hug them into your chest. And then let's take a deep breath in, lift the forehead up to the knees, and squeeze every single muscle in your body for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, let it go. Savasana. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And then exhale through the mouth, let it go. And one more deep breath in. And release. And allow yourself to surrender, to let go, to relax. Noticing your body alive, breathing. Noticing the vibrating sensations in the fingertips, the palms of the hands. Maybe you can feel pulsing in your arms and legs. And just allowing yourself a moment of stillness. A moment where you can fill your own cup, where you can relax and give to yourself the compassion, the love that you need so that you can go back into the rest of your day able to give to others. Notice whatever you're feeling, but making sure that you let go of any expectations of what you should be feeling and of any judgments. The sensations are just sensations. They're not good or bad. The feelings as well, they are thoughts. They are not good or bad, and they do not define you. Try to become the observer sitting on the grass, looking at the clouds passing by in the sky, without having to attach to anything. In your own time, you can start to make your way out of Shavasana. Stretching and moving, keeping the eyes closed and staying mindful as you exit this shape. And eventually finding your way back to a comfortable seat with the eyes closed. Maybe the same seat that you started the practice with. And whenever you find yourself there, notice if you feel any different than what you did in the beginning of the practice. If anything has shifted. And whenever you're ready, you can reach your arms above the head and then bring the hands to the heart space. And as you go forth into the rest of your day, may you have peace in your thoughts, in your words, and in your heart. From my heart to yours, namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. If you enjoyed the practice, please do let me know in the comments. It really makes my day every time, and it also supports my channel. And if you're not already subscribed, then please consider doing so. All right, I'll see you guys next week.